Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. I think some of my fondest memories of Halloween came from being a Disney fan because I had the honor of growing up as a millennial. So growing up as a millennial, I witnessed the premiere of Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, Under Wraps. I was a fan of Hannah Montana, Wizards Away with the Place, and all the Halloween specials that Hannah Montana and Wizards would have, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I remember it all. So I think some of my most memorable memories of Halloween came from being a Disney fan. And I also remember seeing all the Halloween celebrations they would have, the pumpkins on Main Street. It's always a fun time of year. Of course, Halloween Town is opened up as an attraction at Disney World locations all across the planet. It is a fun time to be a fan of Disney, and seeing the photos of the recent Halloween Fest and your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars being a part of it gave me great joy and honor because I love seeing your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars having fun, and that's all I've ever wanted for them to have. Let me just say this. If I was the writer and producer behind Descendants and Zombies, they would have more than just fun. They would have the freedom of expression to show you guys who they truly are, because they're just like each and every one of us. They're human beings with souls and hearts, and they don't deserve to be criticized, and that's where my greatest issue lies, is with all the critics and the criticism that Kylie Cantrell and Freya Scar are faced with every day. They are waking up to criticism which they don't deserve, and I think we should be singing their praises and giving them credit where credit is due for their heart and their dedication, because it is tremendous. Thank you guys so much for an incredible year, by the way. This has been a year that I will never ever forget. Becoming your voice of Descendants and Zombies a year after having become your voice of Descendants and Zombies. This is the greatest honor of my 25-year career. For those of you who are newly subscribed to this YouTube channel, I have been around for a very long time. I have been on YouTube since the beginning. Since the very beginning, and the very first video was uploaded on April 23rd, 2005. It was called Me and the Zoo. And the limitations of YouTube at that time were very restricted. You could only upload a video in 10 minutes to a part. You could only upload a certain number of videos every day. Since then, we have seen advancements in UHD, 4K transmission. We have seen longer videos being able to be produced. YouTube has come a long way. And I have come a long way because I've fallen into various different niches over the years, talking about TVs, movies, video games, professional wrestling. I've been a journalist for everything. But my greatest honor came in the form of becoming your voice of Descendants and Zombies because of the tremendous response that I've received from this niche. You guys have been embracing me with warm hugs ever since, letting me know everything was going to be all right regardless of how people felt about me. And you guys accepted me as your voice of Descendants and Zombies. So since then, I have looked at this and treated this with absolute respect, and it's become the greatest honor of my life because some of the greatest memories that I will ever remember from my career, regardless of where I go or what becomes of me, came because of each and every one of you, because of your kindness, because of your sweet generosity. Thank you guys so much. Your passion for Descendants and Zombies will never ever be forgotten by my heart, and will forever and always hold a special place in my heart for how many people took a chance on me when you really didn't have to, because you could be watching anybody else's YouTube channel and watching their Descendants and Zombies videos. But I want you to get the most enjoyable experience out of watching Descendants and Zombies videos, and watch a video with an actual commentary on it. The reason why you can't find commentaries on Descendants and Zombies is because there are none. And people don't know how to commentate on Descendants and Zombies and talk about their favorite moments from the franchise and break it down and analyze it for you. You're lucky because you found a Descendants analyst. I have been referred to as a Descendants analyst because I analyze the franchise for its worth, and I speak about it with meaning, and I speak about it with heart. Because there's a certain pride and a passion that always and forever goes with uploading a video about Descendants and Zombies. And if you don't show up with that pride and that passion, it defeats the purpose of ever recording and uploading a video to YouTube about your passion for Descendants and Zombies. Some of you collect the dolls, which you're very passionate about, and I love and support you for that, because if it were up to me, I would have all the Descendants dolls as part of my backdrop here and all the Descendants and Zombies merchandise. But I feel that the people who have the merch as part of their backdrops and the posters really don't have a greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies. Have you ever noticed they don't talk about their favorite moments, only when Zed and Addison probably met for the first time, or how Victor and Nova met each other after a reoccurring dream? They don't go into elaboration on it or break it down for you guys, because I really do believe that every moment that we've seen from the Descendants and Zombies franchises have forever and always held a special place in our hearts, because we think about ourselves in those similar situations where we wish that we could find true love, that hope would exist for each and every one of us, and we would be presented with a second chance. Zombies and Descendants offered us that encouragement to pursue dreams of our own and to go on with our own lives no matter how difficult or how challenging it may be, because life never gets easy for everybody out there, and everybody, especially girls watching these videos, are going through some of the most difficult times that we don't even know about, because we never know what goes on behind closed doors or how a person really feels deep within their heart. But Descendants and Zombies offered us that encouragement to pursue our dreams and take them further beyond the stars than we could ever imagine. And I have each and every one of you to thank for that, and I have the stars of Descendants and Zombies to show the highest amount of respect to, coming from my heart, for offering you guys that encouragement, because I believe Disney has forever and always been waiting on a franchise to inspire millions of people. Descendants and Zombies has had an incredible reach. It's become a global phenomenon, and so many cultural diversities are represented by Descendants and Zombies, and it takes an exceptionally nice person to realize that, and I realize that from my subscribers list every single day when I browse down through it, and I see so many cultural diversities having been represented from all walks of life. We're a fan of Descendants and Zombies, regardless of what our reason is for having become a fan of Descendants and Zombies. The music, the powerful story, the inspiration that we draw from these characters is truly unbelievable. How we want to dance and sing like them. I support you guys because you too can share that stage with your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars. I notice how people always ask Dove Cameron and Kylie Contrell how do they get into the same line of work as Kylie and Dove have gotten into, and they've often been inspired by what advice they give them. But the best advice that I can give to you guys after having been involved with theater for forever is the audience is going to love you and they're going to let you know about it. And if the audience doesn't love you, they're also going to let you know about it. All you've got to do is just be yourself. And you too can find line of work in the same kind of job as what Kylie Contrell and Dove Cameron have gotten. I really love creating these videos for you guys to come off as inspirational, because I really do believe that there are never enough inspirational videos uploaded about Descendants and Zombies that will leave Kylie Contrell and Malia Baker in a position where they feel inspired to keep moving forward with these franchises, because there's still so much of a story yet to be told. So with that having been said, this story is far from over, and I'm just excited to be a part of it, because I look at this as a fan, like all of you. You guys are fans of Descendants and Zombies. The reality I'm faced with is you're watching this video because you're a fan of Descendants and Zombies, so you don't deserve to be criticized for having been a fan or collecting the dolls or having been a part of the Worlds Collide Tour, because it was a once-in-a-lifetime chance to be a part of something that only happens every once in a lifetime. Now, reports of the Worlds Collide Tour is a rumor happening in late 2026. While I don't have official confirmation on this, you can rest assured that Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour will happen. And the reason why I know Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour is going to happen is because I'm going to do everything in my power to ensure that it happens. Because global exposure is something that Kylie Contrell and Freya Sky have been hoping on, they've been dreaming on for a very long time. And it's something they deserve to have happen for them. It will offer them more global exposure. It will offer them to promote their EPs and their music in ways they have never dreamed of being able to promote it. And it will achieve them global status. And I really do believe that they have touched the hearts of millions of people, not only through their characters Nova and Red, but they've also touched the hearts of many people because of their music. Because people draw inspiration from songs like Goodie Bag, Denim, Gold's Gone, and Can't Fake It, which are beautiful songs. I have to tell you guys, I felt more inspired reviewing Kylie Contrell and Freya Sky than I have any celebrity over the years, and I've reviewed thousands. I was there for the rise in popularity of Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, and Miley Cyrus, even Lindsay Lohan and Jessica Simpson years ago, because Jessica Simpson was one of my first major celebrity crushes. I had Jessica Simpson posters all over my room, and now I've upgraded to a Sonic the Hedgehog poster on Five Nights at Freddy's. But I do remember having a Jessica Simpson poster on my wall. I wasn't very young. I was probably a teenager when Jessica Simpson was at the heights of her popularity, and I remember being the biggest Jessica Simpson fan in the world and having the biggest crush on Jessica Simpson that a fan could ever have. I wanted to meet Jessica Simpson. I wanted to tell her how I felt about her, but I still haven't had the opportunity to, and she's almost 45 years old. So Jessica Simpson's come a long way, and I think Kylie Contrell is going to come even further because of how many millions of hearts she's inspired. I think Descendants has beautiful music. I think the script is beautiful, and I think we have something to be excited about for July 2026. Looking ahead to July 2026, Red and Chloe will face the consequences of altering the fabric of time, because one can expect it to be a happily ever after ending, But I really do believe that happily ever after does exist. It's just a matter of how Red and Chloe are going to find happily ever after and make it happen. But what are the consequences of time travel? One of them is going to be that Red has a sister named Pink, played by Liamani Segura. Having Liamani be a part of the cast, I'm really excited to meet her for the first time. We remember her from High School Musical, the series, singing songs like This Is Me. The camp rock version of that song turned into a High School Musical adaptation. Very powerfully done. And I think that she's going to represent the character Pink in a phenomenal way. She looks beautiful as the character Pink. I love the color scheme of this character and the confliction that will ascend from Red having a sister for the first time ever as one of the many consequences of time travel. Many consequences of time travel, because these consequences present more storylines than ever before. And I love developing storylines, and I love character development too. I've had a greater appreciation for character development because characters present the opportunity for new storylines. So what it starts with is character development. Characters present new storylines, and the story keeps going on and moving forward. So in turn, every critic out there that has criticized this franchise, that has chosen to jump on the back of Descendants and Zombies with criticism and its stars, don't get what they want. And that's why I created this YouTube channel, so the critics don't get what they want. And one should never believe what a critic says, because they are just trying to convince you to believe in what they believe, which is inaccurate. I think that you guys are far smarter than you're ever given credit for, and you know what you're watching on YouTube and what you want to watch. And I think you deserve the best Descendants videos, and I think that Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky deserve absolute praise, because they have come a long way. How old is Freya Sky? 16 years old as of October 17th. So Freya Sky has done so much at 16 years old. Just think about 10 years from now. And everything that she's going to accomplish, I for one believe she is the next Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande. I say this because I was the biggest Ariana Grande fan. There was something about Ariana Grande's voice. Looking at her as an actress is one way of looking at her and perceiving her, but when you think about Ariana Grande's voice, there's nothing Ariana Grande can't sing. Years ago, the argument was presented, there's nothing that Miley Cyrus can't sing. Well, I'm presenting the same thing for Ariana Grande, along with how beautiful she is. So I really believe with how far Ariana Grande came in such a short amount of time, Freya Sky is going to be magnified 20 years from now, and she's going to be a superstar. She's obviously the next pop star from Disney because she's destined for greatness. So what we have to do as YouTubers is give her the praise that she deserves and the credit where credit is due. I don't think we can offer her enough credit, because I don't think there is enough credit to offer her, because she deserves all the praise in the world. And I just want to say thank you for inspiring so many young people to be involved in music, to become actresses. People are feeling more inspired than ever before because of Freya Sky. And I remember Meg Donnelly doing an interview, one particular interview that I watched, and she was saying that Freya Sky is only 15 at the time. She's 16 now, but she was only 15 at the time. And Meg Donnelly was so excited for her future. And you could even see that when they were taking photos for PR for Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires. Meg Donnelly was all there to promote the future of the franchise, because that's what she wanted to ensure was the future of the franchise. That's something to take into consideration. So how can you ensure the future of a franchise if people are saying that Zombies 4 was the final Zombies movie of the franchise and we need to say goodbye? We need to do anything but say goodbye. We need to be excited for the future. We have yet to reveal what's inside of this vortex. It could be mermaids, pirates, witches, sirens, so many suggestions all in one. It could be everything all in the one, for all we know. So we have that to be revealed. We have so much more of a story to explore between Victor and Nova. So we have a lot to be excited about. So we shouldn't be shutting down the hopes and dreams of every Descendants and Zombies fan out there. Sure, people will be teenagers by the time Zombies 5 happens, but you'll have a greater appreciation for the Zombies franchise, and you will enjoy watching it more because you'll think about back when you were 7 years old. You were excited for the premiere of Zombies back on February 18th, 2018, and it was a couple of days after Valentine's Day, and I was really looking for something to be excited about from Disney, and Zombies offered me that opportunity. It was a movie about acceptance and second chances and hope really existing for people in ways that you could never ever imagine. I loved everything about the Zombies franchise, from the movie to the music to the powerful script to the characters. Everything stood out to me, and it got me to thinking about how far Descendants came and how far Zombies had yet to go, and the two franchises fit perfectly together. And I think it was really the first opportunity for Disney to really create magic in a whole new way, from a whole new perspective and a whole new light. Because people felt more courageous than ever before. They were standing up for what they believed in, their hopes and their dreams. They weren't letting anybody get in their way or stop them from accomplishing their dreams. And this is exactly what I wanted a Disney franchise to represent since the days of Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place, because that was from a very different era. That's something you got to take into consideration. You know, you had Miley Cyrus promoting that you could be a rock star, you could be a pop star and live the double life, but really, was there a message from Hannah Montana only that dreams could happen for you? I think that Disney's been waiting on a franchise for forever for more than just one emphatic message to be relayed. And I think Descendants has left an everlasting impression on each and every one of our hearts. That's why I can go on for hours talking about your favorite stars and the moments they have created for us, like Kylie Contrail, Ruby Rose Turner, and Malia Baker. Their friendship is something that I give them enough credit for and can never seem to give them enough credit for because of just how beautiful it is. Because of this beautiful friendship, instant chemistry happened on the set of Descendants. And to be honest with you guys, I miss Ruby Rose Turner being a part of this equation. I was hoping moving forward for the Worlds Collide Tour and Descendants Spybook Wonderland, Ruby was going to fit into the plot. And it's beyond me why she can't. Even if you bring her back as a new character, you could introduce her as the son or daughter of Rapunzel, even if you had to go that far. But you can't honestly tell me that you couldn't find something for Bridget to do in present-day Wonderland, because you really could have. You really could have, and I was really excited to see what the future had in store for her character, because moving forward, I was hoping Ruby was going to sign on and be a part of the Descendants franchise, and I was left brokenhearted. This past summer was when I first heard the news on Twitter at the time that Ruby had parted ways with the franchise, and I was heartbroken over it, to be honest with you. I was crying myself to sleep for nights because she was my favorite character, because of just how sweet she was, and really how she put into perspective just how much further kindness can go and how it can really touch a person's heart, because you never know how somebody wants to be shown a little bit of extra kindness. You probably see somebody every day that you don't even know who just wants a little bit of kindness shown to them. So I think you should take this opportunity to message them or tap them on the shoulder if you see them every day, just to tell them you love them, because that little bit of love that you show to somebody can really affect somebody in so many unimaginable ways, and you'll just feel good because you show them that respect and that admiration they've been looking for. I think that I experienced this a lot in high school, because I would be chasing after the bus every morning like Spider-Man until some girl who felt really bad for me would stop the bus, and then I'd get on the bus feeling like a loser because I was probably putting together some assignment at the last minute and then throwing it into a do-tang folder, having to chase the bus, and I was a real geek and a real loser. But, I really lived the Peter Parker kind of life until Mary Jane would tell the bus driver to stop the bus. And, in all honesty, when somebody would tell me hi, a pretty girl would tap me on the shoulder and say hi to me, it really lifted my spirits and make me feel like I was on cloud nine. Or, how a girl would obviously, honestly poke you in the back just to get your attention. These little things that would happen to me, offered me so much encouragement and gave me the incentive to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult life may have been. We didn't have franchises in the 1990s like this, and I wish I would have had the opportunity to grow up as a fan of Descendants and Zombies, because I watched Descendants for the first time when I was 25 years old. So I'd come a long way. I'd been on YouTube for a very long time, and then I had these girls showing up at my door dressed up as their favorite Descendants characters every year on Halloween, and it offered me inspiration to create all these wonderful videos about Descendants and Zombies for so many wonderful people from all walks of life, and I've had no regrets since. From the very first video that was ever uploaded on this YouTube channel, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support that you have shown this YouTube channel, and happy Halloween to everybody watching these videos. I hope you have a safe and fun and happy Halloween, because you deserve to have a happy Halloween. I remember years ago when you'd meet up with your best friends on the block, probably 3 or 4 of you would get together in your Halloween costumes and you'd go door to door. And I remember this one specific year that I had accumulated so many treats that I had to use the luggage rack of my parents' car to transport all the treats that I had home. And I remember it being such a fun, crazy Halloween. I also have fond memories of watching Hocus Pocus and Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire with Caroline Rayner from the year 2000, Under Wraps, about that mummy named Harold. I remember also being a fan of The Walking Dead and The Vampire Diaries, so I have a greater appreciation for Descendants and Zombies, and I can just keep going on and on and on about how much I love these franchises for forever. That's why I upload about 3 to 4 podcasts every day, because I think we will always have questions from the previous installments and the previous chapters of Descendants and Zombies. I don't think we can ever offer enough credit to the writers and producers for really taking a franchise and really bringing it to life, because it offered people incentive. It offered people inspiration to go on with their own lives, no matter how difficult or how many challenges they were presented with day after day. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've never really had an easy life. But this YouTube channel has provided me with the opportunity to get to meet each and every one of you and share the same passions that we have for Descendants Zombies, even Tangled and Phineas and Ferb, which I know I have a lot of people subscribed to this YouTube channel because of. I was a really big fan of the Phineas and Ferb video game Across the Second Dimension on PlayStation 3. I'm still trying to find a copy. It's taken me 25 years to track down a copy of it, and I found it on Amazon for, I believe, $255. That's how retro it is. And I'm still waiting on my copy of The Walking Dead and the Batman Telltale series to show up on Halloween at my door. So I've got a lot happening today, and I'm anticipating trick-or-treaters at any moment to start knocking on my door just after sunset. So guys, really, thank you so much for an unforgettable Halloween. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you have shown this YouTube channel, and hopefully will continue to show for this YouTube channel in the foreseeable future. We have Christmas coming up in just a couple of months, and I get really excited around this time of year because I love festive times of year. Thanksgiving will happen in the United States, then we have Christmas just after that, New Year's, and then Chinese New Year. This YouTube channel is 365, so the way it works here is every single day, after you get home from school, say, there is a new video uploaded. So you throw your book bag down, you watch the latest episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs, and I can only hope every single time I upload a video that it's going to have an incredible reach, that so many wonderful people are going to see these videos and feel inspired by them, because it gives me great honor and great joy in being able to be a part of each and every one of your lives, for you to have allowed me to be a part of your life as the voice of Descendants and Zombies. I really do love this, and I have a lot of surprises coming up with this YouTube channel. I think I'm going to be investing in a new gaming computer that I'm going to be able to produce videos with for you guys over the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for an update on that. I'm making a lot of advancements and progress with this YouTube channel because I'm going to be a full-time YouTube creator, and I'm going to be here with each and every one of you as your voice of Descendants and Zombies, sitting in this chair every day, reviewing Descendants and Zombies up until the premiere of Descendants 5 with Wonderland, and in the foreseeable future, every day for the rest of my life, even if that's what that means, because I think somebody's really got to dedicate their life to talking about Descendants and Zombies and saying the best and talking about it in such prestige, because I think that a lot of people have just resorted to criticizing a franchise they really don't know anything about. In order to upload a video about Descendants and Zombies, you've got to showcase that passion the fan watching your video has, because all she wants to do is watch the best Descendants videos that she can find on YouTube, and the same Zombies videos too. I love doing it. I love creating these videos for you, and I never ever thought these videos would have such an incredible reach, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that. So from my heart to yours, thank you so much, guys, for an incredible year. I look forward to 2026. It's going to be a huge year. Descendants 5 with Wonderland, Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour. We're still waiting on confirmation for that. We're also waiting on official confirmation for Zombies 5's release date. And as the window etches ever closer, when more information becomes available, I will have it for you right here on this YouTube channel. So you're going to want to keep it locked here. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that. Again, guys, happy Halloween to everyone watching this YouTube channel. I hope you have a safe and fun and happy Halloween. I'm sure you're going to be meeting up with your friends tonight, probably going around TPing and egging houses. Just don't egg mine. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you've shown these videos, and tomorrow we will do it all over again. We will be here at 8:35 a.m. tomorrow morning, between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. with the first episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs. Again, guys, happy Halloween to everybody watching these videos. Have a safe, fun, happy Halloween, and we will talk again bright and early tomorrow morning. Until then, I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke, guys. Stay safe and keep Descendants and Zombies in your heart. Keep showing the love and support that you forever and always showing up with for Descendants and Zombies, because that means the world to me, guys, having become your voice of Descendants and Zombies heading into the foreseeable future, which is going to be a big one for all Descendants and Zombies fans, and you guys have a reason to be excited because this story is far from over. Having said that, guys, thank you so much. Stay calm and zombie on, everyone. We will talk again tomorrow morning. Happy Halloween to everybody watching. 8:35, 9:05 a.m. tomorrow morning with the first episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs being uploaded. Until then, stay safe, everybody. Have a happy Halloween, and we will talk again tomorrow. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke. You have been watching the latest episode episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs. Happy Halloween, everybody. Stay safe, have a happy, fun Halloween, and we will talk again tomorrow morning, because life really is that much sweeter when all of us are. Thank you guys so very much.